So the presidential debate just ended, and CNN has their top analysts breaking this down. I feel like I'm about to disagree with a lot of what they're about to say, so why don't we just jump into this?
Didn't think I was ever going to witness a debate as devastating as the one that you and Dana moderated back in June, where Joe Biden basically tanked his reelection campaign. I think tonight was just as devastating. I think that Kamala Harris pitched a shutout. On almost every subject I can think of. She shut Trump down on abortion. She shut Trump down on January 6th and democracy. She shut him down on national security and turned to the former president and said, the military leaders who served with you think that you're a disgrace. And then, as Dana mentioned, very powerfully at the end made the point that she is the candidate of change, and we need to turn the page from a decade of division and polarization. On substance, I think she pitched a shutout, and I think she did on style as well. I mean, the image of the debate to me is she's there, happy, smiling, expressive, shaking her head and dismay at things Trump was saying. And Trump looked angry, scowling. She was looking directly at the audience. He was looking at the moderators and arguing with them. And something else.
Did you hear that correctly, folks? The woman who's been in the Oval Office for the past 3.5, 4 years is the exact person who is going to change Washington, D.C. Wow, that is a brilliant take, Christopher Wallace. And yes, Kamala did smile a lot and she did go over to shake Trump's hand. But you have to understand, everything that she did tonight seemed like it was coming from a script. It didn't seem genuine. There was no improvisation in anything that she said today. She has been hidden from the media for the past 2 months, and then she comes out of hiding and she just reads from a script basically the whole night. So I don't know what kind of shutout this man's talking about. Maybe we were watching two different things.
And you know, somebody said on my show on Saturday, she wins just by showing up. I didn't know that was going to be true. I think it was. Yeah. She was the candidate of change just from the moment the two of them were on the stage.
To everything that she said.
Well, what you saw really was
under control.
Vice President Kamala Harris prosecuting this debate with surgical precision. She was aware, as she must have been as a prosecutor, that the second you were inside of a courtroom, the jury is looking at everything you're doing. Muted microphones, doesn't matter. Her nonverbal cues, her body language, her incredulous expressions, at one point putting her hand under her chin to demonstrate that she was completely baffled by his line of defense. Losing a battle of expert witnesses you're talking about national security advisors.
I have to pause it. This woman is spewing nonsense right now. First off, they want to say that Trump was becoming emotional and Kamala was more stoic, but that couldn't be further from the truth. That is complete polar opposite. Donald Trump, when Kamala was speaking, he was respecting her. He wasn't making faces. He wasn't doing anything. He was looking at the moderator and thinking how he's going to respond. Meanwhile, whenever Trump was speaking, Kamala was a freaking mime. She was doing all this crazy stuff. She was going like this. Very smug behavior. So I don't know how they're saying Kamala was a bigger person. That's ridiculous.
Who do not buy what he's selling. Also very well trained and seasoned and knowing how to grapple with somebody who is going to possibly be bombastic, petulant, defensive, and have a derailed effort. She focused on all of those things. I saw somebody who, when she came out, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Kamala Harris. On behalf of Kamala Harris. She came out with that in mind, and I think she executed. Now, Donald Trump tried to derail her a number of times, but notice I'm saying the words Donald Trump in the way she did. It wasn't President Trump. She was referring to him as similar as you would in a courtroom, the defendant, under his title, reminding you of how did she phrase it? What he left us with. It was a really dynamite performance.
So, Anderson, I mean, his lack of parrying, his lack of making Kamala Harris and the Biden-Harris record the focus. I mean, if you watched this debate and you didn't know that she was the incumbent vice president, you saw a debate where Donald Trump was really on defense, and he and his record were the subject of the debate, not the incumbent leader.
Kamala Harris did tonight what no governor, senator, politician, business person who has run against him in primaries in 2016 and certainly anything he faced in 2020, has figured out what no one else figured out how to do. Certainly Marco Rubio didn't figure it out by going after little hands. He debased himself, as many have. I want to show just some key moments.
What did she do?
Where she needled Donald Trump on the most sort of obvious, basic things that we all know he has said, we all know are weak points, to devastating effect. Let's just take a look.
Let's talk about what Donald Trump left us. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst public health epidemic in a century. Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War.
What about
What the
9/11?
Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually explode the deficit. I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you. If you want to really know the inside track on who the former president is, if he didn't make it clear already, just ask people who have worked with him.
John King, it was the moment she talked about his crowd size of all things, and people, not even was crowd size, it was people being bored and leaving his rallies early. I don't think he ever recovered from that. He started shouting, and he never stopped.
She triggered him there. I think she was uneven at the top. Not a bad answer, first answer in the economy, but not a great answer.
Are these people certifiably insane that Donald Trump has small rallies and people leave his rallies early? I mean, are you crazy? The man gets 50,000 people wherever he goes. He can go to a small town in Illinois. People are going to be coming in droves. It doesn't matter where he is. People are going to show up, and they stay the entire time. I mean, I don't know how they have the audacity to say such blatant lies, especially due to the fact Kamala Harris has no one going to her rallies out of their own free will. The only way that people are going to show up to her rallies is if they get paid to be there. Because let's be honest, out of the people voting for Kamala Harris, how many people actually like her versus how many people just hate Trump? She has no one that actually supports her for her policies because she doesn't have any policies. All she tried doing in this debate is getting underneath Trump's skin, and it didn't work.
Triggered him with the people leave your rallies. And he lost it. And he was angry. From that moment on, his voice went up. He started angering. He told a lot of lies. Daniel Dale's going to be up all night. We should start a GoFundMe for his espresso machine. He did. And so what did she do? She triggered him on COVID, January 6th and democracy, abortion, chaos, lies, and his anger. What are those? Those are the issues that turned the American suburbs away from Donald Trump and why he lost the 2020 election. Those are the voters who were waiting to see if she could stand there and be a plausible president next to him. She cleared that bar. That doesn't mean she won their votes, but she cleared that bar with 8 weeks left in the election. She stood next to a former president, and she more than held her own. And on many of the issues, she schooled him. She simply schooled him because she triggered him into his lies and into his anger, which does not sell well with the middle of the electorate that will decide things 8 weeks from tonight.
You know, I've been involved in a lot of these. I helped prepare a candidate for these debates, 6 of them. And I've been watching them since I was a little boy. I've scarcely seen a one like this, and the degree to which she dominated this. And
that's enough. I cannot watch any more from these people talking absolute nonsense. These people are just part of the media machine. As long as Kamala went out there and didn't completely embarrass herself, they were going to say that she won this debate no matter what. But the fact of the matter is, she did not do that well in this debate. She didn't win this debate. Donald Trump did, and he was going against 3 different people. The fix was in with this debate, I'm telling you right now. And I would not be surprised if Kamala had these questions ahead of time, because it almost seemed like she was reading off a script after every single answer, and she knew what was coming. What's so funny to me also is how do they claim that Trump lies all the time, but she does it right in national television and nobody calls her out? She never said she supported the Charlottesville people. Excuse me, we have a tweet from you. She also says she was never against fracking. We have a video of her saying, I will eliminate fracking. These people are toxic and we need to get rid of them out of Washington, D.C. These people are liars, manipulative, and they will do whatever it takes to get into the Oval Office. The saddest part about this entire thing is I doubt Trump had a lot of debate prep going into this. because he's just speaking his policy. He's just saying what he believes, and he's big into improvisation. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris has been in hiding for the past 2 months, and I guarantee you it was to prepare for this debate. I guarantee you they went over every question. She knew exactly what was coming, and that was still the best that she can muster. My personal opinion, I think Trump won the debate. Did he trounce her in this debate? No, I don't think so. So the people in the media who are saying Kamala dominated this debate, that is just fake news, and don't believe that for a second. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. How do you think the debate went? Did you think Kamala won? Did you think Trump won? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe, and wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.